I don't want to scare anyone. The girl who survived that night at Camp Blood, but Friday the 14th, some sort of demented creature watching. Thirsty for young blood.
What's going on, everybody? Friday the 14th here for you for a new collection update. The only kind of videos I do on this channel anymore. Alright, getting straight into this update, we're going to talk about, I got 3 comedies here to actually go in here. Got a mixed bag of some stuff. Like I said, it's mainly horror, but not the 90% of it being all horror. But anyways, first one I picked up on DVD, picked up Necessary Roughness, picked it up for $3 out of Great Escape. Comedy, classic, a football movie. It's football season now, and it's one that I've never had on DVD before, but used to watch it back in the TBS days. But it's a comedy classic. I really have a lot of fun with that one. I wish I'd get a Blu Ray release. Picked up out of McKay's for like $10. Legally Blonde, the collection. I bought this thinking, hey, Melissa's probably a fan of these movies. She probably likes them. So I'll surprise her with it, and she breaks the news to me that she could care less about them. So maybe people like them. If not, I'll sell it. And then picked up the 4th season of Eastbound and Down. Needed this for the collection. Haven't seen this season yet. I know we've been talking about going back and starting from the first season. I've seen 1 through 3. I just haven't seen this final season. So excited to check this out. Finally glad to have it in the collection. And like I said, it's the only one out of all the seasons that has the full slip on it, which makes no sense. They'll probably come out with a sweet box set at some time with some sunglasses and a Jerry Curl mullet on it or something like that. So anyways, that's it. King of New York. We were talking about, me, Paul, and Jordan were talking about Mafia movies the other night, and I realized that I didn't have this in my collection, but it's a classic. Haven't seen this in a really, really long time, but I'm into anything Mafia-wise, and this one's a good one with Lawrence Fishburne and Christopher Walken. David Caruso's in this too. Like I said, I haven't seen this in a long time, but really, really stoked to check this out again. Right, for some odd reason, I don't know what we watched, or what got this all sparked up, but we've been on an 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s cheesy action movie phase here. I think it may have been those Mill Creek releases, which I picked up one, you'll see. But picked up, never owned this before. I remember seeing it on TV. I think it's from 1990 with Charlie Sheen, and that's Navy SEALs. Probably going to be terrible from what I remember, but it's still, like I said, early 90s action cheese. Put it in the collection, and it was super cheap. I think I got it for like $3 or something like that. And then this one was recommended by Scott Merkel. Never heard of it before, but this is a Mill Creek release. From, what year is this one from? 1986, and that's Band of the Hand. Got this super cheap off of Amazon. It's almost a 2-hour long movie, but all I can say is, like Scott told me, look up the trailer and you'll be sold on it. So definitely excited to check this one out. I didn't realize that it's a 2-hour long movie. That's crazy for mid-80s cheese. Alright, rolling right along with the 80s cheese. Picked up this 3-pack. I had these all in my collection at one time, but once, like I said, but like I was saying, the action bug has bitten us. I don't know why, but it's come on strong. But I picked up the 3-pack of the Delta Force, Missing in Action and Missing in Action 2. Loved the Delta Force, watched it today. It's a longer one as well. It's right at 2 hours too, but that song, I mean, it just gets you in the mood for some action. And then, of course, seen Missing in Action. I don't think I've ever seen Missing in Action 2, so I may have. I don't know. I don't think I have. But the Delta Force is probably my favorite Chuck Norris action movie. So, yeah, happy to have that 3-pack. And then picked up out at McKay's. This was it was like $10, and that's Invasion USA, put out by Shout Factory. I mean, just look at that cover. I mean, Chuck Norris is in a denim suit, unbuttoned to the belly button, just rocking some Uzis. I mean, same thing with Delta Force. I mean, they're supposed to be like a secret army team or whatever, but they're rocking Uzis and dune buggies with rocket launchers on them. I mean, and the motorcycles with rocket launchers. I mean, greatest shit ever. Picked up this triple pack when I picked up the Delta Force Missing in Action one. They were like $3 a piece at a pawn shop, but I've never been the biggest Steven Seagal fan. I've seen Out for Justice, Above the Law, and Under Siege. Never seen Under Siege 2. I mean, he's alright. I've never been the biggest fan, like I said, but his movies were always on TBS, TNT. I want to pick up Out for Justice to give that. I think that's, I don't know. I think I get Above the Law. No, Out for Justice is the one with what's her name from Weird Science. But yeah, I'm gonna give him another try. Like I said, I've never seen Under Siege 2, so that'll be a first time watch for me on that one. But yeah, Steven Seagal triple pack. Up next, we got an Andy Sedaris film, and this is Hard Ticket to Hawaii. I think this was another recommendation from Scott Merkel. But I mean, these are these cheap Mill Creek action movies, and we pretty much signed up for all his movies that he's put out. Just ridiculous action. Very nice ladies to look at in this one. If you've seen any of his movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Malibu Express, I know I got that on my wish list. I think one's called Guns. There's some other ones, but yeah, this one is absolutely ridiculously fun. The hand puppet snake that's crawling through the whole movie, to the most ridiculous kill I've ever seen in a movie with the Jeep and the rocket launcher and the dude with the blow-up doll on a skateboard. If you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But Hard Ticket to Hawaii, like I said, you can get these for under $10. They're totally worth that. A lot of fun. Robo War, put out by Severn Films. This one was not as ridiculously cheesy as we wanted it to be. It was kind of a letdown. I mean, this has the best of both worlds with RoboCop meets Predator all in one movie, but it just wasn't cheesy enough for me or us. It's gonna stay in my collection. I'm gonna give it one more watch. Maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more. I doubt it, but I mean, it's these guys go into the jungle pretty much like Predator. This robot alien thing is hunting them down. They walk around the jungle for most of the movie, and then every about 15-20 minutes they'll have a gunfight where they're just sitting there yelling, shooting their machine guns off into the jungle. Really disappointed. It was kind of lackluster in the cheesy department. It took itself a little too seriously. Like I said, it's debatable on whether it's keeping. I'll give it one more watch. If I don't like it again, then of course it'll be flippity-doo-dah time for that one. Cliffhanger on 4K. Just been waiting for this to be at a cheap price. Found it, I think, at Great Escape for $7. Already had the slip for it, thanks to old Chatty Bobby. But yeah, just typical Stallone cheesiness. That's fantastic. I mean, he's off in the middle of the snowy mountains, rocking some short shorts and a cut off tee. So, I mean, I like John Lithgow as the main bad guy in this one. I just always love that movie. That and Demolition Man I really, really enjoy from Stallone. And then probably my number one movie of the year is Avengers Endgame. This movie was absolutely amazing. The way that they ended everything out within the 10 years of movies all put together for this one, it's pretty impressive. It's going to be hard for the MCU to beat something like this. I mean, from everything they built to ending it the way they did. I mean, everybody, I avoided all spoilers till this. I watched it the night it came out on Blu Ray, and I was able to avoid all spoilers for it, which I'm glad I did, because it made it really, really special. And it is a tough one to pick between this and Infinity War as my favorite Marvel movies. I mean, Winter Soldier's up there, but I mean, these are something way beyond those. But those two together make, like I said, it's going to be tough for the MCU to ever top what they did with Infinity War and with Endgame. This movie was absolutely amazing. It gave you all the feels within a 3-hour movie. I mean, it's long, but it keeps you in it the whole time. And like I said, it gets you emotional. It gets you pumped up. It takes you through everything in that movie. Really, really impressed with that one. And then finally got the Assault on Precinct 13 Screen Factory edition with the slip. I've had the slip for a little bit, got it for a great price. Just was wanting to find the movie itself for a good price. I mean, I found it on Bull Moose. I think it was like $12. But watch this one. The music is incredible. John Carpenter. I think this was from 1976. It's a little dated. I mean, it was my first time watch on it. I saw the remake before I saw this one. Of course, this one is a classic, but I mean, it's good. The music makes up for a lot of it. I would say that, but I'm glad to finally have this in the collection with the slipcover. Now we're going to get into the horror. I got, like I said, quite a few DVDs in this update, but then got some non-slips and then slips, all that good stuff, and then some boutique horror. But first one I picked up, put a video out for an out and about on the Flix Mafia channel. Got this for like $2 out of Great Escape, and that's Ragdoll. It's a full moon movie. Hood horror. Paul said it was worth the $2. He said it was, like he said, worth that, worth trying out for that. And then picked up for $3, We All Scream for Ice Cream. One of these Masters of Horror short films. It's, 57 minutes long. But I've heard some decent things about that one, so pumped to check that out. And then another one, picked this up because we watched it in one of Paul's videos, Slasher Junkie. But that's Cutthroat Alley, another hood horror movie, hood slasher. What sold us was the names Mac 10 and Busy Bone being in this, but evidently they're only in it for about 10 minutes. But, you know, we found it for cheap. It's worth a try, I guess. And then also picked up out of the Great Escape for $4, the Splat Pack. It's a documentary about modern horror, modern horror. Has Adam Green in it with an interview. Let's see, Greg McLean, Wolf Creek's director, Neil Marshall from The Descent, Dog Soldiers, Greg Nicotero, Eli Roth. Just a horror documentary. Haven't checked it out yet. Looking forward to it, but hell, it's only 48 minutes long, so should be pretty good. Alright, picked up Rogue on DVD for super cheap out at McKay's. It was like $5. Heard a lot of good things about this one. Picked it up around the time Crawl came out, but it's another Australian movie from the same director as Wolf Creek. A lot of people have said this is a pretty good creature feature, great alligator movie. Has the chick from Silent Hill in it, so pumped to check that one out. We'll save that for last, but also picked up Return to Sleepaway Camp. Picked this up after we did a franchise review for the Sleepaway Camp series. Heard this is absolute fucking garbage, but it's like $6 out there. I want to see it. It's probably going to be absolutely terrible, but I'll take a chance on it. I mean, gotta complete the franchise, right? And then another Scott Merkel recommendation. He's been telling me about this movie for a while. And that's P2, another Christmas, New Year's horror movie, but heard a lot of good things about this one. When did this come out? An hour and 38 minutes, 2007. So, but the great thing about this, and the buddy Kesher One, if he's watching this, I don't know if you have this copy or not, but this right here is the ultimate edition of crustiness. I mean, look at this DVD case. Worst DVD case ever imaginable. I mean, I could probably look at that. You're not supposed to be able to do that. What's that going to protect? God, I halfway want to send this to Casher One just for him to do a review on the case of this. But a lot of crustiness for a good damn movie. Picked up Black Sheep for $3 out at Great Escape. This movie is absolutely ridiculous, but I had a good ass time with it. I mean, it's mutant flesh-eating sheep run amok in New Zealand. That's all you need to know. I mean, it is absolute garbage, but it is entertaining as hell. This is one of those that you pop in with the buddies and watch and just cut around with while you're watching it. I mean, it was super cheap. Let's see, Peter Jackson's workshop did the practical effects, which are great in this movie. But if you're a Zombievers fan, I definitely recommend Black Sheep. I had fun with it. I really did. Then another one that I had a blast with is the Italian Jaws. I mean, this movie got banned in the U.S. because it was so similar to the two Jaws. But it's The Last Shark, a.k.a. Great White. It has like 7 different names. But this movie is ridiculous, but it is a lot of fun. I mean, the shark in this one, I don't know if you can see it right there, but it's incredible looking. If you thought the Jaws 4 shark roaring and growling was bad, then definitely check out this movie. I mean, you can find this for cheap on DVD. I had a lot of fun with it. It'll be in the summer rotation. Charlie's Farm, had a lot of fun with this one. This is another one that has a Blu Ray that is super, super out of print. Kane Hodder's in this, I think. Latimer doesn't play Charlie in this one, but the guy that does is just terrifying. But kills are great in this one. Tara Reid looks like she's all coked up in the middle of Australia for some reason, but yeah, had a lot of fun with that one. I hope that gets a better treatment by somebody down the road. Then we watched Laid to Rest. I saw this when it first came out on DVD. The practical effects are great. The kills are great in this one. Just the ending of this movie is just lackluster and kind of sad for as good as it was up until then. I like the look of the killer. His knives are awesome. Just, yeah, the kills are great, but just that ending is just dog shit. Got Razorback here from Umbrella. I had a lot of fun with this one too. Just another Australian cheesy creature feature with a big ass boar going around killing people. You can get a little glimpse of it right there, but had a lot of fun with this. I know I know Trini's out there saying that there's a slipcover edition out there. If I can find it cheap, I'll upgrade it to it. But this one's good for the moment. I got it for like $10 off of Bull Moose. Picked up Orca. This one I had a lot of fun with too. It'll be in the summer rotation. A killer whale that seeks vengeance after his, how do you even say it, his orca wife and unborn child are killed by little fishermen. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I think it was put out, 77, so a year after Jaws. So I really, really recommend that one if you can find it for a good price too. Never seen this, but found it for a good price out of McKay's Otis with Daniel Stern. I heard he's absolutely ridiculous in that one, so I don't know any more else to say. Then Ghost Ship. Found this out of McKay's for like $10. Been wanting this for a while on Blu Ray. That opening scene, I mean, everybody knows about it. The rest of the movie is kind of lackluster, but just for that opening scene alone, you gotta pick that movie up. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Lasso, picked it up off of Slasher Junkie's recommendation, a slasher at a rodeo. I know the homie Mitch talked highly about this movie too. He said it was crazy, but has Sean Patrick Flannery in it. I didn't even read that, but one hell of a rodeo. That's the tagline for it, so pumped to check that one out. Got 2 Blue Underground titles. This one was super cheap out at McKay's. It was like $10, but that's dead and buried. Like I said, I don't know anything about this one. Didn't even look up the trailer. It has Robert Englund in it, so that's pretty cool. Didn't even know that. But it was cheap out at McKay's, so snagged it up. Then picked up Inferno. Got it for $7 out of Great Escape. Another Dario Argento movie. I looked up the trailer and I mean, I was sold on it. I'm a big fan of Argento. But I heard this movie is supposed to look amazing. That's about all I know. Yeah, that's Inferno. Picked up Popcorn, put out by Synapse. From 1991. Early 90s horror cheese. I mean, the setting of it's really cool. It's in a movie theater. The practical effects are really cool. I picked this up while I was on vacation up in Gatlinburg, so was really, really happy to finally pick this up. I know it goes for a pretty penny online, but it was like $15 there. So, and then Paul, Slasher Junkie, picked this up for me. Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. Been needing this double pack for a while. Really excited to finally check out Tales from the Crypt, but just got this in this week. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Got this from the Honey Hole for a really good price. Got Critters Attack. I The only reason I got this movie is because I got it for free. You'll see I got 2 other movies from Game Exchange. They do a deal on used movies for buy 2 get 1 free, and this was my free one out of the deal. That's the only way I'd pick up this movie because I've heard it absolutely is terrible and sucks. But I got it for free, and I'll give it a try for that. Can't beat free 50. Picked up A Night in the Woods again. I'm going to give my other copy to Jordan. We're going to watch this one. But I found it with a slipcover. It's supposed to be a found footage movie in the woods. That's all we know about it. So, looks pretty damn cool. Alright, I like a lot of people, when these got announced at Best Buy, I went and picked these up immediately. And, yeah, I got 5 of them. I never owned this movie before. Haven't seen it, heard it's garbage, but I think it was the cheapest one out of all these. And that's the first Annabelle. And like I was talking about, these are all these Best Buy lenticular slipcovers. But like I said, I heard that movie's not good, but it was like $4.99 with it. And then these next 4, I had just the regular Amber Rays, and I took them to McKay's and got $5 worth of credit for them, for each of them. So it is a win-win for me. But got The Conjuring 2 with that slipcover. I don't understand why when this movie got released it didn't get a slipcover. But still, badass finally to have something for that one. Picked up the Poltergeist one. It looks badass with the TV. Picked up The Exorcist. I thought there was little spots on there, but it's supposed to be. And then finally, this one has been needing a slipcover in the worst way, and that's the remake to Texas Chainsaw. Love that slipcover with the eyes and the saw blade moving. I don't even know if you can tell if it's moving or not, but yeah, had to pick up all these. And like I said, I got credit for them out at McKay's for $5 a piece, so that pretty much paid for me rebuying them. I'm a sucker for slips. Alright, I got 3 4K horror titles. These next 2 I got out of Game Exchange. These were $12.99 a piece. And then, like I said, I got Critters for free, but that's the new Pet Sematary 4K. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Pet Sematary, so I'm really excited to finally check this one out. Was wanting this one to get to a cheaper price, and to find it with the slip. I mean, that's a price I could justify it at. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to checking it out. I don't have a huge bond to the original, so who knows. And then picked up Us as well. Went and saw this in the theaters. We got a review out for it. I mean, the music's great. The camera work's great. I mean, it deserves a second watch. I'm curious if my feelings will go down for it or stay up there with it. I'm kind of leaning towards more they'll go down, but I don't know. I still had fun with it. It was awesome to go see that movie in the theater. And then watched this morning. Was really, really impressed with this one. Brightburn. Love the idea of it. Love the practical effects. Like the gore. The jaw scene. I mean, if you've seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. That scene right there is pretty damn impressive. I mean, I know they didn't make this movie for a lot of money. But I still enjoyed the hell out of it. And I'm curious if they'll do any more with this. Especially with the credit scenes. It was almost Justice League-esque in a way. But I really, really, really enjoyed Brightburn. I recommend that one. Really liked it. It's at the top of the list of the year too. I just got 2 Scream Factories, and I believe they're both IFC releases, but the first one is Wormwood. I think I had this before, and I've ended up buying it again. But look, it says Mad Max meets Dawn of the Dead. So sign me up for that. I never watched it the first time I had it, but maybe we'll get around to it this time. And then also picked up Deep in the Darkness. Didn't look up the trailer for it. I know Chad said in his newest collection update that took me 3 days to watch that thing and complete. But he said this movie's really creepy, especially these little things or whatever they are. But okay, this one's put out by Chiller Films. But really looking forward to checking this one out. It looks really cool. And to find it with the slip, I think you got it for $5. So good deal to me. Got Night of the Living Dead, the Criterion edition. Got this out of McKay's for like $21, and I thought I got an awesome deal. And then Trini points out to me that it's on sale on Amazon for like $19, and then I look a day later and it's like $15. So yeah, and come to find out too that it would have been $1 more through the Criterion sale too, because evidently this is only a $40 title. So either way, I didn't pay any cash for it. I bought it with credit, but been needing this one. I can honestly say I've never seen the original, this version right here. So pumped to check it out. I'm not the biggest fan of black and white movies, but you know, I've been watching a lot of zombie movies here lately, so maybe that'll pique my interest a little bit more about it. Also picked up 1031. I think me and Jordan picked this up. I forget who we got it from, but that artwork on that slipcover is awesome. And then that artwork's really, really fucking sweet too. This is a Halloween anthology as well. Let's see, the old hag, the scarecrow, and the cowboy. I know nothing about this. We're going to watch this around Halloween time, so pumped to check this one out. It's a really nice release. See who put this out. Grey House Entertainment. So picked up Alice Sweet Alice from Arrow Video. Gonna be honest, wasn't a big fan of this one. I know this gets a lot of praise in the slasher genre, and it just didn't really do it for me. I was pumped to watch this one, but it was kind of dreary and miserable in a way. I mean, it just I wasn't a real big fan of it. I mean, I didn't care about any of the characters. They were all hateable. The transfer's amazing though, but I mean, it's just dreary. I mean, wasn't a fan. I mean, everybody talks about how Brooke Shields is one of her first movies, and she's in it maybe 10 minutes. But yeah, I'll give it another watch. I'm gonna hold on to it for right now. Let's see, this was put out in 1976. I don't know. I'm doubtful that this one stays in the collection. It really wasn't impressed with this. It was kind of a bummer in my opinion, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Picked up another Grindhouse releasing, and that's Lucio Fulci's The Beyond. This movie is out there. I mean, it's another zombie-esque demon movie, hell dogs, all that stuff. I mean, it go into another world. Just really weird, but I really dug it. I mean, like I said, if you like burial ground type movies, Italian, like zombie, demon movies, then this is right up your alley. I really enjoyed this one for as fucked up as it is. But it's a 3-disc deluxe edition, 2 Blu Rays, and the soundtrack. Really nice release. It's the same company that put out Pieces, I think Cat in the Brain, other ones like that. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's an odd one, but I enjoyed it. It's 70s zombie demon-esque movies. And then the last one we got here is the New York Ripper, put out by Blue Underground. I mean, this transfer, absolutely amazing. I've heard a lot of people fuss about how the picture quality is too good. I mean, if you want the graininess and all that stuff, get the original transfer for it, because Blue Underground's original transfers are dog shit. But these 4K scans are really, really nice. This movie, it was my first time watching it. It's very, very sleazy. Practical effects are good. The kills are good. It's an odd one. Like I said, it's sleazy. It's got some odd moments in it, but, you know, I still had fun with it. Let's see, was it produced by Fulci? I think so. It wasn't directed by him. The screenplay, yeah, it was directed by Fulci. Never mind, I'm wrong. But yeah, like I said, the practical effects are good. The kills are good. Just all around, I really enjoyed it. And like I said, Blue Underground's killing it with these releases. They have, what is it, Two Evil Eyes coming out, and then House by the Cemetery that's getting released like these. So, really pumped. Hopefully they do like the Maniac Cop movies. That'd be really cool if they did those. We'll see. But that is it. That's all the movies for this update. First off, I want to say thank you. If you've watched this video all the way up to this point, I can't thank you enough for sticking through with me and everything. Like I said, all my attention pretty much has gone over to the Triple Flix Mafia channel, and my personal channel is pretty much suffering for that, which I apologize for it. But if you want to see more up-to-date stuff that's going on, just go over there, give that channel a sub if you haven't already, which I'm pretty sure anybody that's watching this video is probably subbed to that channel. So, You know, if you're still here, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about all these pickups I got for the past couple months. Tell me if the ones that I haven't seen aren't any good, or the ones that I have seen that you don't agree with me on. All that good stuff. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below. Sub if you're new, I guess. It's probably not if you're... Anyways, who knows when the next video is coming out on this channel. Just hit that notification bell. That's all you got to do, and then my video will pop up. Hopefully. We'll see. Anyways, until the next time, appreciate y'all watching. You are the best. Love you all so much. I'm gone.